Hello everyone, my name is Rhonna Horney and I am going to be giving my flipped classroom presentation on traveling across the country for Education 407. When you travel across the country, you'll be taking Interstate 40, and this runs parallel to Route 66. So this is actually rather neat. I know we've all heard songs about Route 66 and the historical context behind that. There's really neat things to see while traveling parallel to Route 66, but you can travel all the way across from California to North Carolina taking the I-40. As you can see on this map, it starts a little bit higher in San Jose, but if we come down here, we're in the Los Angeles area, and it travels through Arizona to New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, and then into North Carolina here. So my personal first stop favorite is stopping in Flagstaff, Arizona, although you can make it a little bit further because Flagstaff is only about a 6 or 7 hour drive from Southern California. I enjoy stopping here because there's lots of things to do and see and things such as that. So you can stop in downtown Flagstaff. There's lots of shopping to do, different eateries. This Latin-inspired local food joint is one of my favorites that I like to stop at every time I'm in Flagstaff. There's many places to enjoy an adult beverage and even live music. In downtown Flagstaff, there's a hotel called Hotel Monte Vista, and this is a haunted hotel or supposed haunted hotel that you are actually able to stay at. So they have rooms available and they have a bar downstairs and things like that. So lots of people like to swing in there and just kind of scope out the area, see if what they feel when they go inside and things such as that. You can also stop by Northern Arizona University, beautiful campus, and see the historical points at that campus. And depending on what time you're traveling, you can also get snow. I know Arizona is really well known for its heat. However, with Flagstaff being north of Phoenix, they actually do get pretty decent weather and snow in the wintertime. And you can even take time to venture off to the Grand Canyon. It's not that far from Flagstaff, and especially because you'd stop a little bit earlier than usual, you can head over there and do the sightseeing at the Grand Canyon. From Arizona, you'll drive through New Mexico, and although there's things to do in such as Albuquerque and things like that, I personally take the time to drive through there and head straight to Amarillo, Texas. So Amarillo, Texas is at the top of Texas, so you're not going into the larger portion, just the top little cutout there. And here there's things to do such as Cadillac Ranch. So this is actually not a ranch here. It's a art installation and it has sculptures, and as you can see there's lots of graffiti involved and things like that, but there's many sights to see there. There's also the Amarillo Air and Space Museum, so there you can go see different aircrafts and learn lots from them. There's also the Big Texan, which is a huge touristy restaurant. So all along the 40, all the way starting in New Mexico, they advertise the Big Texan. And they advertise it because if you can eat and finish a 72-ounce steak, they give it to you for free. And so this is something that a lot of people talk about and say it's a must-go-to when you stop in Amarillo. And so that's a big thing to do, and they have a store inside there and things such as that. And then there's also Wonderland, which is an amusement park similar to the Six Flags that we have in Southern California. From Amarillo, you drive through Oklahoma, and if you're an Oklahoma City fan of the Thunder or anything such as that, you can stop for a game. But driving through is fairly quick, takes about 5 hours from Amarillo. And you can stop in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Now, Fayetteville is a college town, so there's the downtown has a bit of nightlife and things such as that. And you have the University of Arkansas, and I'm a huge Hogs fan, so you can stop there and see a football game. Their football team is great. The university is gorgeous, so even if you're not into the sports, I suggest stopping by and seeing the university and its very historical sites that they have there. Also in Fayetteville, Arkansas is the Clinton House Museum. So this house was built in 1931, and it was the first house that Bill and Hillary Clinton lived in before they were married. and they lived there and they taught at the University of Arkansas. Actually, they taught at their School of Law. And so now they've closed it down and made it into a museum, so you can go there. And last but not least, there's the Prairie Grove Battlefield State Park. And so here it commemorates the Battle of the Prairie Grove, and that was fought in December of 1862 in the American Civil War. So lots of history behind there. It's just, as teachers, I think these are very great historical sites to see if you ever get the chance to travel across the country. From there, you head towards Nashville, Tennessee, and Nashville is just gorgeous. It's one of my favorite stops that I've explored in the country. So they have a beautiful nightlife, very active all the time, and friendly people, and anything you're looking to do, someone will help you find it. Of course, there's the Grand Ole Opry. You can get a tour taken there or go see a concert of whatever sort. There's the Johnny Cash Museum, which is really neat. A lot of people suggest going to do that. The Country Music Hall of Fame, Lane Motor Museum, so they have lots of older cars and different things to see there. And Jack Daniel's Distillery. People talk about this one a lot, actually. I have had the experience to go there, and it's very neat whether you drink Jack Daniel's or not. It's just lots of history to be explored in Nashville itself, let alone the rest of Tennessee that you drive through in Knoxville and Memphis and things like that. So there's so much to do in Tennessee as a whole, and even just a lot to do in Nashville itself. Beautiful sightseeing. You can do lots of walking around just to explore different museums and stuff right in downtown. And from Nashville, Tennessee, you'll drive straight on to the East Coast to Raleigh, North Carolina. And there's so much to do in Raleigh as well. They have a downtown that is close to NC State. NC State has a fantastic men's basketball team, NCAA Division I. And so you can catch a game at the PCN Arena. That's also home of the Carolina Hurricanes hockey team. So you can catch a game there depending on what season you will be going. Duke University has beautiful sites, obviously very pristine college, and lots to see there. There's a North Carolina Museum of Art. They also have a science museum there where you can explore that, and they have pieces from the universities. And then there's the Vidiri Chocolate Factory, where you can see the process. This is some of the finest chocolate people have in Raleigh, North Carolina. So you can go see the machine work and the factory work and things like that, and how they make their chocolate inside the factory, and get a tour there. There's so much to do in North Carolina, and depending on what sports fans or museums or nature seeing and things like that. So there's so many options to do across the entire country. I have been fortunate enough to take this exact trip, multiple times. I have family in Oklahoma and Arkansas, and then, like I said, Nashville is one of my favorite stops, so I try to get there a couple times a year, and I have family in North Carolina. So the trip just kind of makes sense when I want to travel and see my family and friends and things like that. So if you ever get the opportunity, I know there's so many great trips around there to travel like in a circular motion around the country, but if you're just looking for one end to the other but be able to explore new things, there's so much to do, and in each state while you're driving you can see they have like old volcano eruptions that are still on the sides of the roads, and different like safaris you can drive through along the trip. So it's not just like a boring drive as many think it is. It's a really great opportunity, and I suggest if you ever have the time to do so, you go ahead and take this trip across the country. Thank you so much.